So last year the governor backed Back to Reinvest, which increased the rate of taxation, but sort of raised exemptions as well, so that we tipped the scales of taxation sort of away from lower income and middle class families, and towards people who have gotten a lot. Speaker DeLeo obviously pushed for a different taxation policy that focused more on the fuel tax and a sort of suite of other taxation. Which one did you support at the time, and what would you have done to sort of push your preferred package through the legislature?
Well, one good thing is Attorney General, they never come to me and ask me their opinion about those positions. A couple of principles drive me when it comes to these issues, right? First is that we cannot, at this stage, afford to increase, certainly, any taxes on people who can't afford it, the middle class, the lower class. And if we are going to raise taxes, and we can talk about that, not just today, but certainly as governor, if we need increased revenues, how we do that, it has to be on businesses and people who can afford to do it. I do believe that we need to be focused on increasing our businesses and our revenues. In other words, I strongly believe we need to increase this pie, and that's why I think being prosperous is important so that we increase revenues. We look at how we can be more efficient in government, and I have some ways that I believe we can do that. I've spent a lot of my time as Attorney General understanding I get paid by taxpayers. For every dollar we get, we bring back 10 or 15. We're really focused on making sure that we will invest. And I believe that people in Massachusetts are willing to invest in the infrastructure, the housing, the kinds of things we need to do if you make the case. And I think what's happened in the past is that in election cycles, or when the governor wants to push something that he hasn't talked to enough legislators about, the case has not been made. But I think as I come in, if I'm governor, in January, I'll be halfway through a budget, but already putting out a new one. I think we need to look at the priorities that I feel strongly about: education, changing some of our priorities around the prison system, making sure that DCF has what it needs, but also reorganizing it, and then looking at what is coming in, how do we spend it, and what changes are we going to make. But the governor, understand, a governor cannot make changes in tax code, certainly, without legislative help. So if I can put in a pitch, the next governor, whoever she's going to be, is going to need your help, particularly where we are in this part of the state, with legislators who also accept those, because I will make the case with those legislators to get the kinds of, establish our priorities and get the revenue that we need.